What's going on, everyone? Machine Gun Hunt here. Welcome to another Destiny 2 video. Today is going to be a kind of quick, not wasting your time type of video. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you some tips doing some stuff during the Witch Queen. You don't have to do any of these things. In fact, Bungie is doing lots of stuff that makes it so that you don't have to grind as much. But I am a Destiny 2 veteran. I love grinding. I love to, spend my time so I don't have to waste as much time later on playing the game. So I'm going to give you some tips, I'm going to give you some tricks, and I'm going to be disappointed with one strategy because Bungie just basically made it entirely useless. But it's actually a good thing altogether. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started and we'll get to the first thing. Alright, first off is obviously, I would say, Endgame Materials. That includes enhancement prisms, enhancement cores, ascended shards, that sort of thing. So, best way to do it is just simply Nightfall. Unfortunately, yes, you do need to find two people with a fire team in order to do like Masters or Grandmasters. But what's fortunate is we do have this cool thing called LFG. There's plenty of people wanting to do some Nightfall runs, and depending on how good they are, that you could do it pretty quickly. Now, I do have some advice for you guys. Next week is going to be Lake of Shadows, which is going to be a much easier Nightfall to do during the entire rotation. So what you want to do is go ahead and do Lake of Shadows with Grandmaster so you can get the most amounts of gear as possible. That way you can go ahead and fill up your inventory, and then you can fill up the Postmaster. So in total you can have like 20 Ascended Shards and 100 enhancement cores, which is really good because you're probably going to masterwork a whole bunch of gear that way with the Witch Queen being available. So go ahead and do those Nightfalls, get as much enhancement cores, legendary shards, enhancement prisms and ascendant shards, and go ahead and save those until you absolutely need them to masterwork all your gear. Alright, next up is bounty prep. Now, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is grab as much bounty as possible and go ahead and turn them in once you're at soft cap, and you can go ahead and get enough experience points so you can level up your own ranks for the season, as well as get enough experience points to get your power level going up by 1 or 2 points. So this is very important. Some people don't do this, but I personally do for each season. Now, a lot of people ask, what kind of bounties do I need to grab in order for this to work? Well, what I'm going to tell you is don't grab these type of bounties. Don't get Tangled Shore bounties. Don't get Battleground bounties. Don't get Override bounties. And then do not get Astral Alignment bounties from Queen Moira. Now, the rest of the bounties you can grab, go ahead and pick them up. What I recommend you do is that you pick up 7 bounties for each of the vendors that you get powerful engrams from. For example, with Zavala, get 7 Vanguard bounties, and once you are powerful enough to get to soft cap, so you can level up your character to get more light level, then you can get that 8th bounty from Zavala, do it very quickly, you can get that powerful reward. With Shax, pick up 7 bounties, turn those in once you get to soft cap, and go ahead and turn in an 8th bounty, just pick it up and do it, and then you'll get a powerful reward. After that, Gambit, same thing, 7 bounties. Banshee, same thing, 7 bounties. If there's any more bounties, is there any more vendors that gives you powerful rewards later on in the Witch Queen? Go ahead and put in 8 bounties and get your powerful rewards. What I only recommend that you do is turn in all of your bounties as soon as you hit soft cap and as soon as you unlock the artifact that is available for your guardian. So go ahead and do those, and make sure you do not pick up any of those 4 types of bounties that I talked about. Alright, next up is collecting Pericausal hulls. These boxes are really good for collecting a whole bunch of different items like armor and weapons, new strange coins, different keys, so you can get some gear that you can collect from Zur, as well as the big treasure chest so you can get new weapons. Now, this is actually useful for several reasons. One, you can get some cool materials like enhancement cores, so that's the other way to like get some more materials and gear. 2, you can get some new armor that isn't available normally. Now, we think what's going to happen is that Witch Queen, there's going to be some new armor and new weapons available when you open up these packages. However, this is not confirmed. However, it is good because there might be a good possibility that when you open these chests, they actually give you higher power rewards in order to get the soft cap. However, I think this is not going to be as useful anymore because of a certain thing Bungie has confirmed. And we will get back to this in a second. However, I feel this will be a good backup if you feel like it's not possible to do the certain strategy that Bungie is telling us to do. So what you could do is you could open a whole bunch of these boxes, keep opening them until you get to the soft cap, so that once you get the soft cap, you can go ahead and do all the bounties, so you can get, turn all the bounties, do all the powerful content, and you can go ahead and collect your gear so you can get to a high power level and stuff like that. Now, getting power level and getting new gear is also useful. However, what's also good is you can get more strange coins by opening these packages, and you can get more Pericausal holes. So, you can get plenty of legendary shards if you don't feel like it's a good weapon or piece of armor. So that's extra materials that you could use for later on into the future. Really, there's more than one good reason why to farm these boxes up. So just make sure you get all of the bounties done for all of your characters each week. And once you complete all of them, you still have enough time, go ahead and spend all your strange coins for getting more of these boxes. So yeah, just store them all up. Just leave it there until the right time to go ahead and get your power level, or get some materials like legendary shards, as well as enhancement cores. If there's new weapons available, you can open them up and you can get some new keys so you can get those weapons. So yeah, it's just really just waiting for the perfect opportunity to collect these, and if they're useful, then we can go ahead and use them. So yeah, go ahead and collect them, and good luck. Alright, so from then on, this is going to be some strategies / suggestions that aren't exactly, let's just say it's necessary. However, it would be very nice once you get to the later on with the Witch Queen. So first off, what we have here is spoil farming. Now, easiest way, obviously, to spoil farm is doing raids, especially doing Templar farms. Simply taking a checkpoint, killing the Templar over and over again, and getting as much spoils as possible while doing this. Now, unfortunately, you do need to get a team of 5 in order to go ahead and do this. However, there's plenty of people in LFG right now trying to farm Templar for spoils. The reason why you want to get spoils is not only some exotics that might be available later on for you, or maybe even some exotics that you don't have, but also this is very useful for the raid coming out in the Witch Queen as well. So far, it seems that Deepstone Crypt and Vault of Glass has given us spoils, so we can go ahead and get some weapons that we want, so we can farm for god rolls for the certain raid weapons. So since that's going to be in the Vault of Glass and Deepstone Crypt, we're pretty sure it's going to be available for the new Witch Queen raid. So it's always good to farm up those spoils. Once that you get to the end of the raid, then you could farm for some certain materials, some certain weapons, some certain armor, that sort of thing. So yeah, very useful, always handy to have spoils. And if you want to have more details on how to farm spoils, I'm going to link a video in the description from Fallout Plays. He has one of the best guides on how to defeat Templar. So without further ado, let's get to the next suggestion. Alright, next up is Artifice Armor. Now, you don't have to do this, but what I suggest to you is farm for some Artifice Armor for at least one of your classes, at least the one that you play with the most. What I did was I was able to get a full set of Artifice Armor for each of my classes: Hunter, Warlock, and Titan. Now, what makes these pieces of armor so powerful is that there's an additional slot for seasonal items. So you can not only have some more room having certain builds that you want, but you can also have some certain champion mods. Like you can have 3 champion mods equipped instead of 2. That is limited towards pieces of armor. You can have, I don't know, if let's say Ashes to Asset is one of the seasonal mods for the seasonal artifact. Instead of having 2 Ashes to Assets, you can have 3 Ashes to Assets, which is ridiculous. So you can have a good like grenade build, like for like Warlock, for example, to take advantage with those mods. I don't know. Let's say you have Head Start mods. You can have, instead of having 2 Head Start mods, you could have 3. If that is available for the seasonal mods. So you can have all sorts of different types of mods that will be available for you. If you don't want to get all the pieces of armor, what's always going to be the most useful is going to be Gauntlet Artifice armor and the class item, because most of the seasonal mods will be available for gauntlets and class items. So at least get those 2 items. You will have some flexibility with making your own builds. It's just, I feel it's going to be a lot more useful, and you're going to have way more flexibility with your builds once you have those pieces of armor. So if you want to farm for them, just go ahead and get to Grasp of Avarice Master difficulty. And what I suggest to you is just farm for the final boss. Again, I will add another video, link in the description, with Fallout, explaining to you what's the best way to go ahead and kill the final boss. So yeah, on to the next suggestion. Alright guys, I'm going to give you guys a theory. So let's say, for example, I was able to collect 3 or 4 exotic engrams for each of my classes before the Witch Queen is available. And I get them through the legendary lost sectors, or whatever it is. Then, once the Witch Queen is available, let's say, for example, I'm a Titan, and the new lost sector that's going to be available once day 1 releases is going to be a head slot. I can go ahead and turn in an exotic engram that I was able to earn before the Witch Queen. I unlock it, I get the brand new helmet available, ready to go on day 1. That sounds pretty cool to me. However, the only thing I'm afraid of is there might be a possibility that these engrams will be counted as past engrams, and once we're able to pick it up, it won't be an engram that will be Witch Queen availability. I have a gambling addiction. Not really, but with Destiny I definitely do. I want to gamble a chance that if I get a couple of exotic engrams and get a chance to get the new exotic engram, so that I'm able to go ahead and get a brand new exotic available once the Witch Queen comes out, then that will be worth it to me. What I suggest is for each character you have at least 2 to 4 exotic engrams, because I'm not sure what's the chances of actually getting the certain gear that you want. However, back then it was possible to get a certain exotic if you don't have it, for example, and it's basically guaranteed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link yet another video on how to farm for certain exotics that you want with Fallout Plays, so you can go ahead and know more about the mechanics. So basically, each day is going to have a different exotic piece available. So it's going to be helmet, gauntlets, chest piece, and boots. So depending on what it is, just spend your engram depending on what kind of new exotic it's going to be. For Titan, it's going to be a helmet and a chest piece. For Hunter, it's going to be I think it's going to be a helmet and an arm slot. And for the Warlock, it's going to be a gauntlet and some boots. So if you're a Warlock and if the boots are going to be available day 1, then you can go ahead and grab those boots once the Witch Queen is available, for example. So go ahead and save some exotic engrams. Keep them there in your postmaster until it's the Witch Queen. And once you get to soft cap, go ahead and turn those in, and you're able to get some light level going. So yeah, go ahead and do that and have some fun with those exotics. Well, Bungie just rocked our world. So there's gonna be another difficulty with the campaign. It's gonna be called legendary difficulty. With this difficulty, you can have a soul where you get more rewards, more emblems, more different types of different achievements, including a complete set that's going to be 1520 light level. That is ridiculous. Bungie has never done this before, and they're basically telling us, hey, if you do the campaign in a legendary difficulty, you will be rewarded with your time and with your investments. Thank you, Bungie. Not only that, you're able to go ahead and get a brand new exotic that's available for your class. So it could be one or two of the exotics available for each class. If for a Titan, it's going to be the Stolar Helmet that's going to make it so sunspots are cooler. And also, it's going to make your barricade cooler. That's the other exotic. So yeah, go ahead and do that legendary campaign. You're not only rewarded with a 1520 set of gear, which by the way is 20 freaking light level points higher than the soft cap. So you're already going to be above the cap with the soft cap. So you can use your powerful rewards to get even more light level and get ready for the first day raid. And second, you can also get a brand new exotic as well. Not only that, some legendary, upgrade modules for upgrading your gear, all that stuff, making so it's good infusion fuel. It's basically worth doing the freaking campaign in legendary. Now, if you feel it's too difficult, you still have that Pericausal hull farm that everyone's talking about. But this is going to be the best way to get 1520 power level. In fact, I was going to give you guys a strategy to get to 1500 before the campaign very quickly for your character. However, it's useless because legendary mode is available. So yeah, go ahead and do this legendary campaign. If you think it's too difficult, find some friends and do it with you. In fact, it's going to be even more interesting because the legendary difficulty is going to increase depending on how much players are in there. So go in there, do that campaign. I believe in you. It's not going to be as difficult as a Grandmaster or a solo dungeon, but it's going to be as difficult as a legend difficulty Nightfall. So if you have a legend difficulty Nightfall completion under your belt, then it's completely possible so that you can complete this campaign. So hopefully you'll not only have a great story, but also have some great challenges, which is going to be pretty awesome. I think Arbalist is going to be very useful for taking down shields. Let's go. Let's take care of this legendary difficulty. I'm going to be doing this strat. It's going to be amazing. For every good thing that Bungie does, there's always going to be a little bad thing. And my oh my, it has come to this. Bungie has announced that they will not be increasing vault space. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? I love my gear. I love all the stuff I'm collecting. I always get attached to everything I have, including this little Ascendant lens over here. Even though it's kind of useless. I didn't even turn it in because, I think it's going to be more important. I'm crazy. I think all these gear is going to be useful someday, including that 58 boot. Let's get rid of that. Actually, no, I should have got rid of that, but yeah. I'm crazy. I think every single armor piece is worth it. I think every single, armor is worth it. But I do understand this, that I have a feeling that eventually I will be deleting a good amount of these because of the crafting system that's going to be coming into Destiny 2. Now, I'm not saying that all these weapons are going to be useless once Witch Queen arrives, but I have a feeling there's going to be some weapons that I feel that it could be a good role. Meanwhile, there's going to be a weapon that's going to be the same archetype, and I can make a much better role automatically, no problem. So yeah, be prepared to delete some of your stuff in your vault. I'm not saying don't. What I'm saying is don't do it right now. Don't do that right now. What I'm saying is go ahead and just wait. And depending on what happens, there might be a lot of materials available to you because you're going to be deleting a lot of weapons and armor that are going to be not as useful anymore. So keep that in mind. I personally think that's going to happen. There's probably going to be at least 100 weapons in my inventory that's not going to be useful anymore. But I still feel weapons like Time Lost Fatebringer is still going to be a useful weapon. So don't even bother deleting stuff like that. Don't delete your stuff right now. Just wait, see what happens. And yeah, that is going to be it for this video. That's all the tips I can give you. Make sure you check out all the videos linked in the description with Fallout Plays. He does some excellent content, so you can get some more details. And comment below on what you are going to do prepping yourself with Destiny 2 The Witch Queen. I am going to be doing almost all of these things. In fact, I'm going to do some extra stuff as well, but I just feel like it's not worth even mentioning because it's too persnickety or whatever. But comment below on what you're going to do to prep for the Witch Queen. Also, let me know if you're going to be doing some farming for, like, you know, Ascendant Shards or Vault of Glass. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to help you out while you're doing this during the weekend or next week. So, thank you guys for watching. God bless. See you next time. And remember, be excellent to each other. Alright guys, have a good day.